If you're interested in creating value, you should explore different materials because each material has a different way of creating that value. Colored pencils are the easiest way to create value because you can just push lighter or harder to create value, and additionally you can add colors on top and blend them together like black. My tree can have value just by pushing harder. When I use oil pastels, I have to mix white in and also use less pressure. This allows you to blend. Pastels are great for details though, so if you have small details, switch to a colored pencil. Pushing harder creates a darker value with oil pastels. You also might need to add a little bit of a white or black color to your color in order to make that value happen. The bottom of your treehouse is the darkest value. Be cautious as you blend with black because it can become very overpowering. When you go to work on that tree, I'm adding white value on one side, black on the other, and then blending with my brown color to mix the values together. If you choose to use a marker, you should first make sure that you're using a drag racing technique. And make sure your marker is nice and juicy. If your marker's dried out, get a better marker and put the other one in the marker hospital. Markers cannot be pushed harder to create a different value. So I'm going to color everything first and then switch to a colored pencil, and I can use that lightly to shade on top of my blue, thereby creating a dark blue value. I can also use my marker to go ahead and do some outlining. Using the tippy top of that marker, I'm tracing the inside, outside of my box. The bottom of your treehouse is the darkest, so I'm going to add more black to the base. Markers don't give you the most value, but they might be the material that you choose for your project. Tempera cakes are dried out paint, and you can control value by how much water you add. I'm starting with a light value by not using my brush and the paint too much, and then I swirled my brush a little bit more to make a darker value. If that's not enough, you can add black, but be careful because black is something that can be very overpowering. The value I just created is way too dark, and I can't take the black away. Now that means I have to make the bottom of my treehouse even darker because of that mistake that I made. Be cautious, little black, bit by bit. If you're working on your tree, you can create value on your tree also. Again, be cautious with black since it is a bully, and also feel free to add a little bit of white on top. Paint's not great for detail, so when your paint is dry, you can use a skinnier material like a colored pencil to outline and add details with.